1977. While most well known for his steamy ballads, he says he's also capable of getting down and turning on the beat.
I think I'm a romanticist, when it comes to, I think that overall I must lean more partial, that I am very much partial to the ballads, excluding the fact that I enjoy doing the up-tempo material as well, because I'm a funkster.
Funky is a good word for what Alexander is when he really turns it on. Despite his recent success, O'Neal almost disappeared from the music scene for 2 years while he struggled with a serious drug problem. As he reflects on his battle back to health, he sounds almost grateful for the experience.
By the grace of God, I've been delivered from that, and it has made me a better person for it. Definitely, I understand more about life and more about people and more about myself and how you can be your worst enemy sometimes.
Alexander O'Neal has clearly overcome the personal problems that plagued him and interrupted a promising career. And with a gold album to his credit, a successful European tour under his belt, it would seem safe to assume the good times are here to stay. But that's not O'Neal's style.
Getting here is one thing. Staying here is another. That's the whole challenge. I think that that's the most traumatic part of it, is realizing that you could have all of this today and it could be gone. The IRS could take it, or, you could lose a limb or something in a car accident. I mean, these are things that you have to really not take for granted.
It may be just this philosophy that gets O'Neal to the top and keeps him there. Gail Plawacki, News 11.
O'Neal is performing a concert at the Orpheum Sunday at 8 o'clock. He's calling it his Valentine's Day homecoming concert.
I would like to wish everybody a happy Valentine's Day this weekend. The man allegedly terrorized victims at bus stops using a toy gun as his weapon.
Regular police staked out a couple of bus stops.
Robbery suspects who turned a celebration party for Twin Cities musician Alexander O'Neal into a nightmare. The well-known vocalist performed at the Orpheum Theater last night, and afterwards he invited about 40 friends over to a recording studio in St. Paul for a party. That's when several armed men burst in and ordered everyone to undress to their underwear while stealing wallets, purses, and jewelry. No arrests have been made.
Gunpoint to take off their clothes and hand over their valuables during a daring early morning robbery in St. Paul. 4 men armed with automatic weapons burst into an after-hours party and terrorized their victims before making the getaway. Dave Andrews has the story.
Rocky Harris was recovering at home today after being pistol whipped in the back of the head during the early morning robbery. Harris plays guitar for Twin Cities performer Alexander O'Neal. Band members and friends were celebrating O'Neal's performance last night at a party inside this building on Selby Avenue in St. Paul. Harris said he walked into the party and found his friends undressed and lying on the floor.
When they drugged me in there, everybody was piled up against the wall on top of each other. And they had already had them stripped down and everything already.
And they had taken their money and wallets?
Took all their money, had a box, and they filled it. They took fur coats, jewelry, any jewelry anybody had.
Police have few clues, but they believe the robbers are not from the Twin Cities. The robbers left a stolen car about a block away from here when they made their getaway. Many of the victims are convinced the robbers got the idea for the holdup from a motion picture. This is a scene from Uptown Saturday night in which gunmen robbed people at a party after forcing them to take off their clothes. Harris believes the robbers mistakenly thought band members would have a lot of money on them, the proceeds of the concert earlier in the night.
And they was acting like they was waiting for me or something. They said, oh, here he comes.
Harris says, in fact, none of the partygoers had a lot of money or jewelry. St. Paul police are trying to develop leads, but so far have no suspects. In St. Paul, I'm Dave Andrews, Channel 5.